everybody! My name's Puppetine here on the Geeky movie show. No, that's not quite right.
No,
the Xtreme Puppet Show.
We're on the Extreme Muppet Show, Extreme movie show, but also we're also if you're live on the Geeky Puppet Show. But decided to do what? Since Rob's not here, I figured we still wanted to do a review. So what better way to get eyes on the channel by streaming to another channel too at the same time? No, I know. For those who are watching on the Geeky Puppet Show, please open a tab and go to Extreme Movie Show. They are 5 subs away from getting basically 1,000 subs, but they also need the watch time like crazy. If you guys love older television shows, in basically like when it comes to Mission Impossible or weird shows like Dark Shadows or Twin Peaks, they have that too as well. Anywhere from there's a whole tab that's just basically all kicking itself, which basically martial arts, action films, horror movies. Dude, I've been on that channel for 3 years now. It's been crazy. Just watching it get closer and closer to 1,000. So if you like movies and you like comics, check out the Extreme Movie Show, and also actually subscribe to both channels while you're at it. If you're going to subscribe to one, subscribe to the other. But I figured what better way, Puppetine, to basically get us the great crossover is to do a comic movie, right?
That sounds fair to me.
It's so simple.
So today we are reviewing the 2004 film, The Punisher.
Which we kicked Rob up because we know Rob doesn't like comic movies. So that's why we're doing this tonight.
I didn't really like this one, though.
Yeah, honestly, I was hoping that Pix would be here, but I'm okay with Puppetine.
What's that long-fingered freak?
I mean, because they'll have the, Oh, wrong way. That's like, yeah. I'm all screwed up. Which way do I look? They might be the same person. You might get the same views. Who knows? But yeah, dude. This is a second time watch for me. When it comes to this movie, I love Thomas Jane as an actor. I thought this was his breakout role. He's been in some other movies like Stranded, and I think he was also in Dreamcatcher, if I remember correctly. But I saw this in theaters with my friend. The only scene that I do not like about this movie is the car scene. He spends the whole entire movie working on the car just to be destroyed in 3 seconds because a stupid girl with a ball. I would have said hit her.
Over to the head, or
no, with the car. Save the car. The car is more impressive than the girl is. The girl should have, take stupid chances, get rewards. But
you're not talking about the main girl, Rebecca Romijn.
No.
Okay.
You watched the movie. You saw where he's being chased after the bridge scene. The girl, the little ball, gets away. She has to swerve all the way. Then he hits the car.
Oh yeah,
flips. All because
she just gets hit in the reality.
Yeah, but man, I just love everything about this. Being a Punisher fan, then they released the game right after this, where you can do all everything you've seen in the movie, where he's all the kills. You're doing that in the game. You're doing the drill pass, all stuff. All the way down to the scene where they have Kevin Nash playing the Russian, who's in the Garth Ennis Punisher series. Big old dude, and he just that whole fight scene from it's probably 10 minutes long, I think. And everyone else is like completely ignoring it. It's just like you see him in another window from Ben Foster's character's point of view. And dear God, Ben Foster's in this movie. Another big name from the early 2000s popping up. And then he was in the Mechanic reboot with Jason Statham. He was in, I believe it was Hostage with Bruce Willis. Guy was everywhere. So always great seeing him here. I got to ask you, since this was a first time watch for you.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on John Travolta's character as Mr. Saint?
Oh, he ain't no saint. But no, he does a great job. He plays the villain really well. But we knew he could because of Face Off, really, when he's taken over.
This kind of felt like Face Off in a sense, but instead of trading faces, like they're trading kills.
Trading Kills, a new show coming to you from the people that brought you Trading Places.
Trading blow by blow. What's up today, man? I hope you guys are watching this either on Xtreme Movie Show or over on. Actually, if you can, watch an Xtreme Movie Show and then watch again, replay, just put the sound off on the Geeky Puppet Show. Like I said, we're trying to get the views up over there. If you guys have movies that you like, you want us to review, haven't done so, leave a comment down below after the stream's over. We'll take it into consideration. But yes, dude, I just love this movie, and I forgot how much I just love certain scenes in this. From the very beginning, we have Roy Schneider's in here. You recognize him from Jaws.
Dun 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 dun.
You get to see the Kimber. You get to see the Colt 1911s, which are awesome. And as being a gun enthusiast and just seeing everything in here, I was just like, they did not pull punches at all. This is pre MCU. This is kind of just shortly after Spider-Man 2 came out.
Yeah,
right around there. And this was their second attempt, Marvel's second attempt at doing a Punisher movie. First one being Dolph Lundgren back in 1987 or 88, around there. Clearly, they thought about what they're going to do. The music, everything, the kills. We don't get to see the Punisher until halfway through the movie. Before he puts a shirt on. And I love the backstory and how the story for his skull. They get shirt from. They were on vacation. He just retired, doing this mission, and they're all at family reunion in Puerto Rico island, and his son buys this shirt that he gets, from this local vendor. It's supposed to ward off evil and stuff like that. It's like, and so because in the very beginning he was a cop, they changed his story a little bit more too. He was a former federal agent, basically would broker deals between drug lords and then get shot, and then basically repeated it several times. So one problem is the last time John Travolta's son was involved in the deal, gets killed, and the wife in this is such an evil person. Wow, yes, hot, yes. Not Selma Hayek hot, but close enough. More like Jordan Brewster, I think her name is, or whatever, the one from played in. One about family, one about driving. Fast and Furious, the one that plays Tortorella's sister, the one that marries Paul.
Gee, I know.
Joanna Brewster. So obviously you haven't watched those.
No, I have not.
No, you're too young.
I'm not fast or furious.
How did you even get in the theater to watch this?
I had to stack two other Palpatines on top of myself.
Trench coat.
Yeah.
But yeah, because of this, she wants everyone dead, and they just send the waves of just goons coming in on the beach with guns, just annihilates a whole family. Up in this point in 2004, I had not seen a movie like this where they just gunned down a whole family, kids, children. Not
just the men, the women, and the children.
Yes. They were idiot goons because he basically makes it to the pier. He's trying to catch up to his wife and his son, who basically fled in a truck and were on the pier, and then they get shot down. He's basically on his arms and legs. Instead of just doing a kill shot, they decide, you know what, we're just gonna pour gasoline and light the gas. Basically, this is the ramp of the dock where they basically would fill your boats up. Like we've seen in Ozark, or probably seen in Miami Beach or somewhere on there, or anywhere they're boating. Anyway, so they blow up the bridge. He blows off the bridge, goes into the water, and survives. He's nursed back to health by the local guy, the base that everyone was afraid of because, wow, they're a bunch of Zacks because he's black. But anyway, he survives. He moves in this little apartment building with Rebecca Main Stamos, Ben Hurst, and then this other guy. I forget what his actor's name is, but just a group of I guess
outcasts.
Yeah, you guys do say outcasts. But I was gonna say degenerates, but Joan wouldn't fit degenerate. Joan just states losers, and that comes to play in the movie too as well.
And she did drugs.
Yeah, she did drugs a little bit. I guess do you have a favorite scene in this movie? Can you narrow it down to one?
I mean, I like so many of them, but I did like the scene where This guy that basically comes into the cafe that Joan works at,
Oh,
and he plays the guitar. I wrote this song.
Hank Heck, isn't it? Or something like that? Harry
Yeah.
Hex? Harry Hex?
Well, he decides that you were talking about the car getting ruined by the girl. Well, he's being chased by Harry Hex or whatever his name is. And it gets to a point where the car's flipped over. Punisher crawls out and he pulls out his knife. And Harry's like, what kind of idiot are you bringing a knife to a gunfight? And then the Punisher squeezes it and the blade pops out, hitting him in the neck. And
so there are two versions of this movie. There was the theatrical version, which I watched, and then there's extended version, which I believe in the very beginning, I remember certain things did differently. I remember his wife saying that she was pregnant, but that's not in the theatrical version that I saw. Maybe I'm misremembering because I watched the theatrical version, but
I don't know.
Yeah, but man, it is way different than seeing the John Bernthals, which I do love as much. His TV show.
Yeah, that's really good too.
Yeah,
that one has. It's hard to say this one isn't as serious because it is a serious movie. It's a dark one, but they have such great quips in this film. So many good ones.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just from the very beginning of this movie going through, it's like, I loved Disney, his version of the Punisher. Now there's people who are going to say like, wow, this one movie sucked compared to the Ray Stevenson one, which came after this, which is called Punisher Warzone, which I was kind of disappointed because the only reason that Ray Stevens got that movie is because Thomas Jane had differences as far as with the character. And after Ray Stevens
became a huge Punisher fan in the making of this movie, so I mean,
not only that, like I said, he got the look down as far as the black T-shirt, and even when he goes with the white T-shirt too, and he's sitting down at dinner, it's like the black hair, he just looks like Punisher. Now, at the time, in comic books, if everybody remembers, Punisher was like super jacked. He looked like freaking Captain America, like on roids. It's like. It's just the way the art style was, but I was like, dude, this makes more sense. He's in shape, he's not overly built, but he relies on his quick-witted, his mind.
Punisher is one of the least comic book characters. Like, he's not a Spider-Man, he's not a Captain America. He is grounded in a way that isn't going to go on a scale. He's not going to step up when Galactus shows up. This is my pay grade.
It's funny that you say step up because that's actually one of the songs in by Drawing Pool. You got to step up. You get knocked down. I love that. The music in this is great too. Early 2000s kind of like banger music. Drawing Pool was really big too. They had before this. I think they had Dawn of the Dead. Let the Bodies hit the Floor. So when this came out, I was like, dude, there's it everywhere. But let's talk about the case. So we did mention the whole fight scene with Kevin Nash, who at first when I saw this movie, I had no idea it was Kevin Nash. Those who are like wondering who Kevin Nash is, WCW wrestler. He was also involved with the WWF as Diesel. Dude, he plays the Russian really good in this. You see, the whole fight scene is comical, but it's like, man, it's really gotta hurt being the Punisher getting your ass kicked like this, because he's not that much of a pushover, but enough where he stabs him with the knife, which and which is later on is what he used the spring, will kill the other guy, but he
uses the knife first. He faces Harry first, and then faces the.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. So he must have really liked that knife to repair it then, because the same knife he's using, he's basically stabs the guy in the rush in the shoulder, and then the shoulder is like, he looks down, he's like, pulls it out, turns around, he's like, no, and I don't know why, but I think of that scene from Saving Private Ryan where the guy gets killed with the knife scene, and it's just like, wow, it's just like I guess it just triggers me a little bit, but honestly, the whole fight scene, and he's getting tossed around. He hits him with a crowbar, hits him easily. He's like, the guy's like, no. He's like, oh shit. It goes to get his gun, which was perfectly under the workbench. He hits the thing, it comes out, goes to grab it. The Russian grabs a dumbbell, smashes on the tip of the gun. He looks at the gun. He's like, "Oh shit!" So, like I said, everything you see in this movie, he sets up when he first rents the apartment. How he works on the apartment. He puts a grenade here. He puts a gun here. So you know, it's like something's gonna happen with that, which I love about that. Yeah. You got from the tweaker boyfriend, or the stalker. The guy who was basically trying to harass Romijn Stamos because she says whenever I go in any city I go to, I always find the one freaking asshole. That's another thing. Romijn Stamos had just previously been in X-Men as a Mystique, so she was kind of popping up in a few different movies. I think this is her only comic movie other than X-Men. I don't think she appeared in anything else. But yeah. Okay, so what to get the just the whole overall fight scene was fun. I mean, one more can I say about this is he uses get the knife, stabs him with that. Then he crawls into the into the bathroom, throws a grenade out, quickly pushes the button so he slams the door because the Russian still had like the what you call it, the crowbar in his hand. He hits like a baseball bat through the window and lands in there. He's oh shit. Jumps in the tub, somehow survives. Somehow the whole entire building survives. That's a pretty big grenade, freight grenade. Stops the music on the record because they're all just having like singing along to like some opera music. They're like, what the hell? Put the record back on, everything. He finally ends up getting tossed out of his apartment building. Into their apartment building, and they're like, "Oh shit!" They're cooking food. It's a good thing the fat guy likes to cook because he saved his bacon pretty much. He grabs the soup kettle, he looks at there, and then throws it in Russia's face. Instantly see the boils on his face. And then he takes him, and then he realizes the guy's stunned, screaming, tackles him down the stairs, and then you see him. He's just like arms bent everywhere. And you see, like, they're like, Frank, because all three of them stand up. Frank, you're right. He stands up and he comically falls back down, knocks out. So then they have to carry him back to his apartment, put him in there, or actually they have to hide him because they're looking for Frank Castle. They figure out where he is, the henchman. And this comes this really disgusting scene where Ben Hurt is being interrogated by Quentin, the right-hand man of John Travolta's character, Mr. Saint, and he's pulling one by one, pulling the piercings out of his face.
Yeah,
I tell you, everything has a place in this movie. And there's a reason why. Like I was not. Okay, the fight scene with the Russian, sure, but with the piercings, I remember that. But I remember first watching it, I was like, "Oh, this is horrible." And I gotta say, this is a first time watch for you. What was your reaction to like this whole fight scene randomly happening, and then the piercings being pulled out?
The fight scene was it was good enough, but the really disturbing thing was the piercing scene because he goes ahead and he's pulling the one by one, first by right up here.
Yeah.
No, my eyebrow.
Like this movie, I couldn't tell if it was supposed to be an action movie or a comedy because it went from serious to then the comedy, all the way up from Mickey when he meets Mickey at the very beginning. The torch scene, and he's cooking the steak. He explains 2,000 degrees, it can melt steel in the butter. It's so hot that when it hits you, it feels cold because it kills on the nerves, and then you smell meat burning. So he's like got the popsicle, and the guy taking upside down from the train. He's like, the popsicle, and he's cooking his meat. He's cooking his steak. I love it. The guy's reaction. He's like, he finally lets him down, puts the popcorn. He's like, "You're a sick man." So you kind of had an idea what the movie's going to be about, but. Yeah, that's so going from that, going into as far as like Ben Hurt's pulling the piercing one by one, that always made me squirm. I was just thinking, first of all, the fact he got so many piercings was kind of disturbing as it was, but he's kind of helping society. We don't need that many piercings on your face, buddy. But yeah, he holds out. This leads to basically the other subplot that was going around because Castle had wanted basically Saint to kill everybody
Yep.
he trusts, including his wife, which he covets. So
And
easily,
his best friend.
yeah, and his best friend easily makes it think that his gay best friend, which Quentin never told him that anybody was gay, that he wanted to make Santa believe that Quentin was fucking his wife. He puts the earring, throws it in Quentin's bedroom. Also, and this incorporates as far as the parking tickets. Because I love that with the fire agent there. Wouldn't you think questioning your parking meter, like, where's the thing that sticks out in the back? The red ribbon thing. Is this an official? I'd be like, kind of looking at it and be like, but anyone just writes a ticket. They don't care.
Where did he get a random fire hydrant?
I don't know.
He just pulls it out. When he did, it was so funny because he just
it's obviously brand new because it's a prop. But I'm just thinking, like, did he buy one? Go to like Granger? We got everything, Home Depot.
Red fire hydrant.
Shop the Home Depot.
Hardly used.
Yeah, it's on Craigslist. Remember, Craigslist was big back then. Anything you want, you want a stop sign, and you can find stolen stuff. But no, he kills Quentin, basically, like, stabs him, and then throws his wife in front of off a bridge in front of a train. She gets run over. Only to find out later, Frank Castle finally comes in, and you kill your wife and you killed your gay best friend. He's, oh shit.
Now I killed both your sons, so
yeah, and I just killed your son.
Even then, it doesn't really feel fair. The story is always that Punisher's wife and kids die. Yes.
Yes.
But it doesn't usually happen at a family reunion where his entire bloodline is. Everyone's dead.
Yeah, everyone.
There are no more castles. There's just Frank.
Usually he has a wife, a son, and a daughter. This one he only had the son and the wife, but she might have been pregnant. I can't remember. Not. It's been a while since I watched the extended cut. But this movie is available for $3.99 for rent on Vudu and also on Amazon Prime as well, and I believe YouTube. I ended up buying it for I got the 4K version on digital on Vudu just to watch it. I'm not gonna wait. You can watch it on the high seas, but unless you got really good internet and really good ad block, it's not worth it. But man, like I said, I just love this version. Like I said, and everybody says, "Oh, I love Ray Stevens because it's more violent and even has Jigsaw." Honestly, I would have loved to see Thomas Jane get a sequel, and we kind of did. For those who remember, we had Punisher Laundry Day or Dirty Laundry was a short little movie, fan movie. Just Punisher going. He's basically wants to do his laundry. He walks across the store. We got guy who played Hellboy. Ron Perlman is a crippled Vietnam veteran. He's who owns a little corner a liquor store, and these hoodlums over there, like these basically a bunch of black thugs, are always causing problems. So I love how basically Frank just goes and just basically breaks the guy's legs and stuff in that shit. I said it just reminded us how awesome he is as Frank Castle, and I kind of feel like because Ray Stevens didn't get a sequel at all. His was a short-lived thing. And the only thing I remember from his is there was more guns, more gunfire, and then you had Jigsaw. I remember Jigsaw more than I remember him. But even then, Dave's bringing up the video game. Yes, the video game was a PS2 and Xbox, I think 360, or it was a regular Xbox. They incorporated Welcome Back Frank story in there, as far as Ma Nucci with the polar bears at the zoo and everything. You got the fight against a Russian. Said you could chop people's heads off with those paper cutter slicers, which I don't think they even have those in schools. Do you remember in your school? Did they have that? Because I know you're younger than I am. Do you remember if they had? It's a cutting board, and you put the paper on there, and you pull the arm up, and it slices it.
No, I don't recall that.
Okay, so you've never seen any of that. We know what I'm talking about, right? He killed the guy with it in the movie in the hallway. He hit him. It was like a big old long sword.
Yes,
knife
paper. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So they used to have that in my school all the time. I was always deathly afraid of it because it looks so freaking sharp. But he even uses that to kill a guy in here too. So like I said, the video game is really great. If you could find it, seek it out. If you have a PS2 or if you have I'm not sure if it's available on the PlayStation Network, but very fun game. But getting back to the movie though, my favorite scenes in this movie is I love the whole Russian fight scene. That whole scene was awesome. Then we get to the end part here, where he puts on the vest. He spray paints the vest, that tactical vest. Goes and he's got the, the Rambo 3 bow and arrow. Goes in there, he starts off. He just kills a guy, and he basically invades Saints building. It's called, which is how funny. It's called Sinner Saints on the building for the group. He basically takes out everybody one by one of all Saints men. Finally, his son gets killed too. And then he basically, instead of killing Howard, I love he takes Howard, basically ties him to like this car, pushes it so it goes forward, or the remote control, I can't remember what it was, and it goes.
He sets down on the gas to basically have it slow rolling forward.
And then that end scene, you see the parking lot full of cars because they all had explosives in them. They blow up. It's a giant flaming skull, and that's kind of how it ends. Take it back. It ends on the bridge. He gives a little speech. He's like, whoever is the warning to all the criminals, the scum, the pervert, the rapists, and anyone who.
Yeah, but I like the scene in which he, like, right after this, he's about to just off himself. He completed his mission, but sees like a vision of his wife.
Yeah.
No, and it's just he understands at that moment. No.
It's also a movie that
I can fight.
This is also the movie that I discovered with Wild Turkey Rum.
It's very good. It's very good.
I was just turning like I was short. I was a few years short of 21 when I discovered this movie. So,
wow. Sorry,
right.
I'm dealing with a Russian here. I'm getting thrown around.
Anyway, final thoughts on this because this is your first time watching this.
Yes.
Have you seen any other Punisher films?
No. It was just the show, pretty much, and reading comics.
But you've also, at least, you watched the MCU, you've seen that. How do you think this movie fares up to the MCU movies, or even to this some of the Sony movies?
So this film is a very good film. It's a very, very good film. But there's elements about it. One of the reasons why I love the show so much is just how gritty it is. And I feel like some of the grit is rubbed off of this film, mainly because they wanted those quips in there. They wanted something to keep going. His wife and kids and his mom and dad. Mom, you see him look out the window as she
gets
it's a very dark. It's all dark, but they try to keep light in spite of that, and I can understand that. I can respect that. At the same time, I feel like if they had kept some of the grit to it, kept it a little more serious, maybe, I don't know. It's just, there's some bits that I enjoyed, I had fun with, I laughed too, but it's just, it would be served better for the Punisher if it was just a little more brooding.
I agree with that too. A little bit
but it's
less.
Still a very good movie. His performance is great, and I enjoyed it.
Some say that John Travolta's character outshined Thomas Jane's.
Not at all.
Because over the top he was as a villain.
Not at all. It's a balancing act, certainly.
It's I gotta say though, when I first watched the movie, I did not care for John Travolta's character. I just felt like, oh, really? We're getting the guy from Greece? Like, oh, he's just too hokey. And then, watching it again,
emotion.
It's been almost 20 years since I watched this,
and now you respect him.
And I give him a little more credit for what it is. But he's still. It's like I'm thinking like he's just gonna start singing.
I'm the one that I want.
He's the one I want.
He's the one that I want dead.
How hard is to kill one man? It's like, but yeah, for being an early movie before the MCU laugh track, pretty much.
Well, honestly, if you want to go ahead and compare it, the most serious movies of the MCU, like Winter Soldier, they had the same amount of levity that's thrown in there.
Yeah.
Like right at the beginning of it and then throughout. Like this is a very sad man. And that's why having his quirky friends take him to dinner is getting him out of his shell a little bit, but it's still different. It's still a little too light. And honestly, it's like some of those MCU movies you keep talking about.
You have problems there? You keep going on camera, going off camera. Make up your mind.
I can't. The world is shifting around me.
The world is shifting around you. That's not good. What's up, Evil Black Cat?
It's spinning. Whee!
Who I believe is probably watching this on the wrong channel, watching on the Geeky Puppet Show. But that's okay, though. Evil Black Cat, go subscribe to the Xtreme Movie Show. Yeah, like I said, I go back and I look at the early Sony movies before MCU came out, and I still love this. I love Blade. I love this. Like I said, I just didn't care for the Ray Stevenson movie.
I didn't see it, so I don't know.
Which we probably will review in a future date because you haven't seen it yet, so I want you to watch this too. And then maybe we'll make you suffer and watch the Dolph Lundgren Punisher.
Oh, is it that bad?
Well, there's kids on a bus. Kids of gangsters that are kidnapped and held for hostage by a Japanese rifle.
Oh, no.
Yes.
I guess we'll have to wait and see. But overall, this is a very good film. We can... listen, to pay the $3.99 to rent it is not a bad price. It is worth it. It's worth a view. If you enjoy the character of the Punisher, this is for you.
For you.
For you. You. Now for them, let's get the hell out of here.
Yes. So if you haven't done so, please subscribe to Geeky Puppet Show. And also, if you're watching the Xtreme Movie Show, subscribe there too as well.
Like, comment, subscribe on both channels. Help us. And we'll keep making this great content. We'll keep making this content for you.
Yes. Links description for each channel is in the description down below the live stream. Click on the go right there. You can find everything. Support both channels. And if you have any other questions, concerns, leave a comment down below. I will see you guys later. And thank you for always staying extreme. Extreme!
I'm going to do my Hulk walk. Bye.